It's not just money that a job provides. It provides dignity and structure and a sense of place and a sense of purpose. And so we're going to have to consider new ways of thinking about these problems, like a universal income, review of our work week, how we retrain our young people.
I thought we tried all that. Anyway, former President Barack Obama signaling support for a universal income plan in South Africa today. And now Chicago is looking at one plan that would provide 1,000 families with a $500 monthly stipend. No questions asked. Here now is Chicago resident Scott Martin, Kingsview Asset Management Chief Investment Officer. So it's going to happen in your... You know what bothers me most, Scott, about this? As a former newspaper editor, what bothers me is it's such a misnomer. Universal income. Income is when you get paid for work that you do. This is a gimme. This isn't... Work has no part of this.
David, yeah, they might want to change the I to an H, universal basic handout, because you're right, income is something earned. And I agree with some of former President Obama's sentiments as far as, yes, you know, we do want families to be comfortable and to be able to put food on the table and have the dignity and have the wherewithal to go out and feel like they want to get a job and have the capability to do so. But gosh, David, doesn't that come in other ways, you know, via training, via job opportunities, trade schools, things that folks could be stimulated to go out and do and take on their own?
Scott, you mentioned the word dignity. I think it's a very apt word to use in this context because work provides more than money. It provides dignity. You go out and work every day. It gives you a sense of purpose in life.
That it does, David. And you talk to anybody that has a job, has had a job, or even those looking for a job out there, which, by the way, it's an interesting time to be suggesting this, isn't it? As we've seen from the BLS reports, David, you know, we've got more jobs out there that can be filled by people who are actively looking because they're not skilled. So instead of just going out to people and saying, hey, you're having some tough times, here's some free cash to make you feel better, why don't we maybe hand out a little bit of money, but also hand out a ticket or a pass to go get some training and fill those jobs that are empty?
Scott, I don't want to dump on former President Obama, but I'm going to, because the point is his timing is terrible. Not only in that, it reminds me of when he came in the midst of a terrible recession. He was handed a bad deck of cards, but the point is during a recession, you don't raise taxes, you don't increase regulations, you lower both of them to stimulate the economy. He did exactly the opposite. His timing on economic issues seems to be 180 degrees off.
Yeah, which begs the question, David. I mean, if you're going to throw out these handouts now, when there's a recession, what are you going to do? Extend that to more people? Double the amount? Yeah. You know, the other problem that they really haven't talked about is how they're going to pay for this. Don't forget, in Chicago and the state of Illinois, we've got tons of pension problems here. They're talking about special assessment property tax issues. We've got the highest sales tax in the country as far as Chicago goes. The state income tax is going up. So if you're talking about leveling this on folks like me with a working class, or if you're looking at hitting companies and you want jobs to come here, I'm not so sure if that's the way to encourage them to do so.
Okay, so Scott, I'm going to put you down as in favor of universal income, right?
No, I'm thinking about it, but other ways, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. That's right.
Scott Martin, good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Susan.
Okay, let's